Got that video blurring. Got that audio slurring.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to a special video episode, season finale of Gettin Cheezy with Van and Jeezy. I am Van.
And I am Jeezy.
We just want to take this time to kind of wrap up the 2019 season for us. So let's go ahead and commence with the nonsense.
That's right. I gotta tell you that I ate a tremendous amount of chili today at work. Apparently, it's a special thing that we do every February. At work, we had the Great Chili Cook-Off, and 6 lovely, kind-hearted folks made 6 excellent chilies, and I got to partake them for lunch. I had paper cups that I had labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I slopped that stuff in. And let me tell you what, there's a warm spot in my body, deep inside, that's just been happy all day. It's a good day. And doing this season finale has warmed my heart, and I'm here with you, Van. What do you got to say?
In terms of the NFL season,
Wait a minute. What? Okay, fine.
Oh, do you
NFL
want me another nonsensical story from me?
What? No, we don't need it. You're right. We don't need it.
Fine. You know what? I spoiled myself today, and I had 2 freezies. You know those like the Italian ice things?
Yeah?
I had 2 of them today.
That's called spoiling yourself?
Yeah,
All right, bet.
it was great.
We did the exact opposite. I ate like something that put a fire in my tummy, and you put ice cubes.
Yeah. So between the 2 of us, it's like perfectly average, just like our podcast,
No, well, we're not perfectly average.
just below it. So, 2019 NFL season. What's your final take? What's your final wrap up with 2019 season ending with the Kansas City Chiefs as the world champions?
Well, I found this article earlier today from ESPN that predicted who was going to be the teams going to the playoffs. And as I looked at that, they got a lot of them right. They got all 4 division champions right out of the NFC. They did not get it quite as right for the AFC.
Nope.
The NFC, for all intents and purposes, went almost exactly the way we thought it would go.
Yeah, more or less, minus like a little bit of scoring wise, but it's close.
The AFC, on the other hand, you might remember, made an asshole out of you. Of course, I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That was still a shit show. Everything is a shit show there in
I read an
Ohio in
article.
general.
I read an article today about like 10 teams whose quarterback position is totally safe. Number 10 was Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. Like, yeah, no, he's good. You got him for a bunch more years. He's going to be great.
Whatever.
I called the Browns to win the AFC North and be a favorite for the AFC Championship game. I have egg all over my face. Thanks, Browns.
The other team in here that I think is a conspicuous fuck up are the LA Chargers. That was a team that I thought at the beginning of the year was going to be solid. I really did.
Well,
But
and now,
they had some different things with Melvin Gordon being out and not being able to come to terms with that team for a while. Seemingly, Phillip Rivers always frustrated for him. Like, I don't know if he was frustrated at the team or his own fucking up or what. That team just never seemed to track. That was a team actually ESPN thought was going to win the AFC West. This season.
And now Rivers is walking. They're
walking.
mutually parted ways.
And, I told you this off the air, but I also happen to think that he might be walking onto the retirement home of all quarterbacks, which is the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
I think he might. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but has the Denver Broncos become the retirement home for quarterbacks in this league?
Peyton.
Yep.
Did Joe Flacco retire for real?
Who knows?
And then, yeah, I guess Phillip Rivers could do it.
And plus, in the middle of there, it ended a bunch of young quarterbacks' careers. So you got to remember them.
Paxton Lynch, Trevor Simeon. some other clowns.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
What about you? What did you think of this NFL season?
Like I said, the biggest surprise to me was the Cleveland Browns shitting the bed. Other than that, yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a good season, fun season to watch. A lot of off-field drama, obviously, mostly Antonio Brown based, but that makes it fun. And
Well, not for him, I don't think.
I mean, we saw a lot of really great performances, a lot of really good games. I think there's an obvious passing of the guard this year from the old school to the new school in terms of quarterback position. So it'll be interesting to see next year. But specifically in terms of the Packers, what I saw this year, I saw great promise in a young coach, first-year head coach. I saw an offensive scheme get installed that I think has a couple more pieces to put in place, but it'd be pretty good next year. And defensively, I saw another, again, up-and-coming squad that should do well next year. So my hope is that the expectations are not set too high now. 13-3 and going to the NFC Championship game in a head coach's first year in a brand new system. Everybody's going to be let down if we don't go to the Super Bowl next year. So I'm going to say that I'm hoping next year to build on this year and maybe not necessarily go 13-3, but definitely clean up our play a little bit and win some more of those games convincingly versus sneaking them out.
Can I say,
No.
as we continue talking about the Packers, that in ESPN's September 2nd prediction that I was citing earlier, they had the Packers winning the division and going 13-3 in the regular season. And of course, they know that Matt LaFleur is coming in, that it's going to be a first year for him. People have questioned. We talked about Tim's question on the air last week. Was this a team that was really 8-8 and got some breaks, or was this a team that really was a 13-3 team? And the more I've thought about this, and I think this is what I said during the podcast too, is this was a team that had to win in its own division. And I think that's what the ESPN projections also show, and that's what we did. We went out and we proved dominance in the NFC North, and we had a couple tough games, especially in the West Coast, and a nail-biter loss to the Eagles.
Never apologize for winning games fairly. If don't apologize if you're gonna win fair. If you're gonna Patriots your way to a win, then you can apologize. But if you win a game fair and square, don't apologize for it. It's tough to win that many games in this league.
Right. So I think the Packers can come out. You said you were hesitant. I think the Packers can come out and win an NFC North division again.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't see us not making the playoffs next year.
I agree.
And on top of that, I think we're going to be a serious contender in the NFC Championship game.
I'm just saying, if we don't go 13-3 and we don't make the NFC Championship game, people are going to be all up in arms, and everything's going to be fine.
I don't worry about that.
I expect this team to build this offseason.
I don't worry about any of that because I know in this league, it's any given Sunday. But what I do know is we're taking the NFC North again. All day, every day.
With that little wrap-up of 2019, we want to throw out some major, major thank yous because we started this thing just about just over a year ago, and we didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't know if we were going to like it. We gave it a couple weeks to see what was going to happen, and I've had fun. Are you feeling the same way?
Oh, yeah. I may have mentioned this already, but I'm feeling warm inside my body right now, and I'm just generally the podcast, even without a tummy full of chili, makes me feel the same way. Been loving it. Been loving all the support. Been loving on you, Van. Been loving on the Pack and some pro football. Can't say thanks enough.
I think we specifically need to call out some thank yous for definitely Ram Jam. He's been a featured guest on our show a couple times. Huge supporter.
Always hitting the cheese line. Can't thank you enough, Ram Jam.
We've had T on the show a couple times, talk about the Ravens.
Yeah, yes. There's been some good quotables from those episodes too.
Dirty Dan for sure.
Dirty Dan always hitting that cheese line, repping the Cowboys. Appreciate that.
And Tim been hitting the cheese line lately too, so that's been great.
Yep.
And obviously a Facebook interactor / troll, Dan, coworker Dan. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We appreciate all the comments, even though they're just you being a troll, whatever, fine.
I'll read them and get my little chuckle on.
But at the end of the day, we need to thank everybody, all of our people that listen.
What about your QB?
Oh, Brennan, sorry, I forgot about Brennan. We had him on so long ago. You're
dropping the ball here.
QB1, thank you, Brennan. It's been a long stretch. We got to say thank you to all of our family and friends and all that. Thank you to Miss Van
and Mrs. Jeezy
for putting the house on lockdown for a couple hours every Monday night, and then every other week removing myself from our family here so I can edit things. So again, they are too good to us. But thank you very much to everybody, all our family and friends and supporters. It's been great. And with that, we're a little burned, so we're going to take some time, take a couple weeks here. We'll be back for all the good, exciting news. We'll start back, I think, with free agency. We'll come back, start talking a little bit.
We'll definitely be back. We'll carry you through all the highlights of the off season. We'll definitely be back for some free agency, for the draft, OTAs. Keep an eye out. And in the meantime, hit us up on social media. If you got something you want to talk about, hit us up. We might just roll out a podcast anytime.
That's exactly right. That's the thing, is we're taking some time to be a little less structured. We're going to keep planning, keep learning, and that's another thing to keep your eye out for. We're going to be doing some different kind of media content next year, trying to grow a little bit bigger. Right now we're about 275 followers, and we'd like to push that pretty significantly next year. Not that we're trying to make it a business out of this or anything, but we just like to challenge ourselves and put some new things out there. We're still going to take kind of our time slot we would be recording, and instead of recording, we're going to kind of work on developing our stuff at least once a week. So keep your eyes open for some new stuff. I always say, tell your friends, tell your family. You want some business cards to hand out, we got them. We'll give them to you. Keep pushing our stuff, because you guys help get the word out too.
That's right. At the end of the day, y'all the real MVP.
So, with that, I think we might take some time here too to watch some XFL and gain a little bit of insider info on that. And
so hit us up anytime, because we're down to cheese at any time. And with that, you've been listening to Gettin Cheezy with Van and Jeezy.
I am Van.
And I'm Jeezy.
What a great year it's been. Stay cheesy, y'all.
Love y'all. Bye.